All right, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. All right, testing again. Testing. Alright, should be the last test. Greetings anyone that's out there lurking at the moment. Alright guys, welcome back to yet another stream. A super late night stream. This is like 3 a.m. as of starting this. I actually wanted to go live a little bit earlier today, but I got to bed really late yesterday afternoon, and I just woke up like an hour ago, so but yeah, we're gonna play some Tempest 4000. This is a game that came out this past week as of doing this stream, and it's a follow-up to the long-running Tempest series. So, you know, the original Tempest was an arcade game from the early 80s, and then there was sort of a remake or reboot in the mid-90s called Tempest 2000. It was on the Atari Jaguar. And I've actually done a couple of Let's Plays on Tempest 2000, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. Tempest 2000 is just phenomenal. Then there was a Tempest 3000 on the ill-fated Nuon, which we're actually going to do a stream on sometime shortly as well, so you guys can see that. Not many people have. There was a sort of an offshoot called Space Draft, which was, released in, I guess, the mid-2000s or so. And then there was a TXK, which was actually kind of like the original Tempest 4000 when you look at it, but it wasn't actually called Tempest 4000. And it is actually a little bit different than this. But here we go, Tempest 4000, the next evolution in this franchise. And it's pretty awesome. It's really difficult, though. I'd say it's probably harder than any of the other ones that I've played so far. You get a whole lot less extra lives. You know, the enemy pattern is a little more complex. You have a lot more enemies on screen at once, at all times, and all that stuff. And yeah, so we're gonna play this. It's gonna be a good time. So yeah, hey Olivia Darling and Guns7469, thanks guys for popping in, and Solid Nate and Carlos, if you're still out there. Carlos probably isn't. He's going to bed. But Solid Nate, thanks for stopping in, man. Hey, Phil Twerpin, how are you doing, dude? Welcome. But yeah, before we actually kick off into the gameplay, let's go ahead and give the old shout out to the Patreon backers and whatnot. We actually got a new backer, Kevin Atomic. Thanks, man, for your pledge. He actually pledged yesterday. We actually go way back, so thank you, sir. Much appreciated. And then we actually did get some super chats the other night. Jim's Retro Zone, Deadly Gaming, Town of Horrors, and Lord JP actually all did super chats on my Wolfenstein stream from Thursday night. That archive is up now if you guys want to check that out. It was close to 10 hours long. We went through the whole thing, and what a stream it was. I think I'm still a little worn out from it, to be honest with you. But yeah, we did get some comments from the super chat. So Lord JP says, hey, just got home from work, haven't caught a stream in a while, hope all is well. Thank you, Lord JP. I hope all is well with you as well. He actually popped in on my pinball stream yesterday as well, and the archive for that is going to be posted on my pinball channel in a couple of days, so stay tuned for that. Town of Horror says, feel like spreading some joy since I'm so stocked. Enjoy, Austin. Keep on bringing the entertainment, brother. Thank you, man. Deadly Gaming says, Wolf 3D for the win. Again, that's from the Wolfenstein 3D stream. And then Jibs Retro Zone says, it's been a while since I did this for you. Thanks, James. So much appreciated. And there are the sponsor thanks as well. Thank you guys for continuing to sponsor my channel. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. And Gun says, like I said, man, you're a beast. Thanks, dude. Alright, let's do this. So, we're gonna go ahead and start at just level 1. You've got pure mode, and you've got survival mode as well. And you've also got classic mode. I haven't really quite figured out the differences between modes. Survival mode, I think you might not get extra lives. I have no idea. Because on survival mode, you start with 9 lives, and on pure mode, you just start with 3, and you can earn extra lives as you go through the game. Now, what I found is that the game is very stingy with extra lives, so, you know, like in Tempest 2000, when I play that, I'll have like 10 lives or more by the end of like the first set of webs, and that is not how this works for me. So we're gonna do a few games here. We're gonna get wrecked most likely, and we're not gonna get very far, but it should be fun, you know, nonetheless. So let's see. So if you press the Y button, you can actually change soundtracks as well. So the default soundtrack is actually from Tempest 2000, the official CD soundtrack, which was a music CD bundled with the Atari Jaguar CD consoles, or CD add-ons. You could also buy the soundtrack separately, you know, nowadays on places like eBay and whatnot. They're not very expensive, so if you wanna check it out, you can do that. But we actually just switched over to the mod music, which is basically, the original Atari Jaguar soundtrack. Not the CD soundtrack. So the mod versions actually were, available publicly first, and then there was the official CD soundtrack, which is, kind of like remix tunes. And if you press Y again, you can actually use the TXK soundtrack. So that's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and start with just like the regular Tempest 2000 soundtrack, and we'll kind of go from there. And yeah, let's get into it. So you can use the analog stick or the D-pad. I like using the D-pad, because that's just kind of how I'm used to playing Tempest 2000 and other iterations of Tempest. So if I play Tempest 3000 on the Nuon, or if I play Tempest X3 on PlayStation, I'm always using the D-pad in those games. So as you shoot enemies, power-ups are dropped. It's very similar to Tempest 2000 in that regard. We got the jump power-up, so we can press R to jump. Getting the beauty power-up, like that, allows you to just ram into enemies, kind of like the bull charge attack, or the bull attack in Space Giraffe. And this is a sequence you go through between each stage. You want to try to keep your cursor as close to the center as possible. You'll get more points for it. And Guns says, let's get wrecked. Wrecked we will get, Guns. Wrecked we will get. Now, in Tempest 2000, there's a very strict order of the power-ups. In this, I found that it seems to be kind of all over the place. Like, I got the AI droid there, which is this little guy that just kind of like goes around the screen, shoots enemies for me. I have no idea why I got the AI droid, because in Tempest 2000, I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to Tempest 2000. In Tempest 2000, you only get the AI droid on your first power-up if you pick a power-up going down the web. So if you go down the web and hit a power-up, then the next, your first power-up on the next stage will be an AI droid, guaranteed. But in this game, I have no idea how it works. I almost feel like the power-ups are just dished out randomly, which I'm not really a huge fan of, because you really need to have, full control of the power-up chain in this game in order to survive. Like, you really need your laser upgrade, and then you need the jump. I mean, those are the most important power-ups you can get. Jumping in particular. That way you can stay off the, the top of the web. You can keep hopping off the top of the web and avoiding enemies that way, and basically staying in safety. There are a lot of enemies that will actually go above the web in this game. There were a couple enemies that did that in classic Tempest 2000 and 3000 and whatnot. But there are a ton of enemies that go off the top of the web. So jumping isn't as handy as it was in the old game. You just have to be a little more judicious with your use of it. So you need to definitely just kind of focus on what's going on, not jump into enemies that are above the web. And you guys will kind of see what I'm talking about once we get a few stages in. A few more stages in. There are going to be more enemies that start appearing off the top of the web. It looks like the beauty power-up that we just got also makes scores double for a short period of time, which is nice. So, Tempest is a score-oriented game, so you are trying to play for score. And I haven't, as of doing this recording, I haven't quite figured out how the extra lives work either. It looks like when you get extra lives in this, you know, they appear at the bottom of the web and they come up and you have to grab them, kind of like TXK. But in Tempest 2000, you'll just get extra lives just from points and things like that. So, I think you get extra lives from points in Tempest 2000. Man, it's actually been a little while since I played T2K, so, man, I really want to fire that up again, but sort of waiting for a Jaguar flash cart to come out. An SD-based flash cart that's being worked on. There's an ongoing thread on Atari Age being developed by a fellow named Saint at Retro HQ. And whenever that comes out, I want to pick it up, and then I would absolutely love to play through Tempest 2000 again. Yeah, like I said, I've actually got multiple Let's Plays of that on my channel. And there we go, we got a warp triangle, so if you get... I assume it works like Tempest 2000, where if you get 3 warp triangles, you'll go to a bonus stage. And you have you know, the option to warp ahead, assuming you actually successfully finish the bonus stage. But I actually haven't gotten to the bonus stages yet, so I have no idea how many triangles it requires. I assume it's 3, like Tempest 2000. So now we've got these spikes that come up. What's actually really interesting about the spikes, and there we go, we just use a super zapper, which I haven't really explained. You get 1 bomb per level, which is called the super zapper, and it recharges between stages. But the spikes in this game are actually kind of interesting. They'll actually have these flowers that sort of like go up above the playfield and just pop off. When they pop off, it seems like they're invincible. So you have to really watch out for them in this. And you don't want to slam into them when you're jumping. When you destroy them, though, all these petals just explode. It's such a nice effect. You know, when I first saw this game, I wasn't really that impressed. It wasn't until I got it and played it, and I saw all the visual effects and whatnot. Just really, really impressive stuff. Jeff Metter just does a bang-up job every time he releases a game like this. You know, as far as, like, you know, independent developers go, he's one of my favorite. One of my favorites. You know, he's been one of my favorites for a long time. He just makes fantastic games. They oftentimes have this trippy element to them. They're very visually appealing. Are the controls pretty good? Yeah, I think the controls are solid. What's interesting about this is that you have sort of like 3 states your claw can be in. You can sort of, you know, reach over to one side, kind of like this. Like I just reached my arm over, like this, and you can sort of try to hit enemies as they, you know, they come up, like before they land on you. It's a neat little mechanic. So you know, you can really, I should say the controls are very fine-tuned as a result, like, and this is a nice little feature as well. So one feature is that, in Tempest 2000, if you destroyed an enemy at the top of the web, the power-up would actually appear at the top of the web. In this, the power-up always appears at the bottom of the web, even if you kill the enemy at the top. That's a really nice feature. It was very easy to miss the power-ups in Tempest 2000 because they'd appear at the very top of the web. But now you don't have to worry about that. mean, that flower petal effect going up the screen is just amazing. Now, I don't know what the plan is, but I want to say that he's probably going to implement VR support in the PS4 version, kind of like he did with Polybius. And I would absolutely love to play this in VR, simply because, like, that, the effect where, particles and things like that and objects just fly up the screen would be really awesome to see in VR. So these boxes will open up and reveal a bunch of enemies. It's actually pretty nice because you can get your power-ups a little bit faster. There we go. Very nice. Alright, extra life. There we go. One other thing that's really interesting, we haven't died yet, but when we do die, in classic Tempest 2000, when you die, you have to do the whole web over again from the start. In this, ooh, we got 3 warp triangles. In this, you actually just spawn right back in, and you don't get another super zapper. You only get 1 super zapper per stage, even if you die. So that's actually one of the things that makes this game harder than the older games. Being able to start the web from scratch every time you die is actually really handy. You'll get more points, you might get more extra lives, you get your super zapper back, so it's easier to keep going. What's also really cool about this is that they actually ended up using some tunes that weren't even released. I guess they were created for Tempest 2000 back in the day, but they weren't included in the game itself. I don't know the reason. Perhaps it was, space constraints or something like that. The Jaguar cartridges were not that large in size. I'm just speculating. I have no idea why the music wasn't included, but you get it in this game. So this is one of those tunes that wasn't actually in the original Tempest 2000. It is pure eye candy, says Guns. Absolutely, man. It's so nice. It's so nice. This really takes me back to when I was binging on Tempest 2000 about 20 years ago. Yeah, it really, yeah, I think Guns basically says, this really takes me back to Tempest 2000. This is a must-buy. I agree. It's so good. I originally wasn't going to buy it because I was like, well, I already have TXK. It doesn't even look as good as TXK. But then when I'm playing it, I'm like, ooh, man, I'm so glad I bought it. It's amazing. Now, supposedly, as of doing this video, the PC version has a bunch of issues. So if you're gonna get it, I probably wouldn't buy it on PC. Get it on Xbox One or PlayStation 4. If you get one of those versions, it's perfectly fine. Another extra life. Very nice. I'm actually doing really well. I'm surprised. I did put a lot of time into this on Twitch last night. So I think kind of like sleeping on that has helped me a little bit. I wasn't doing that well last night. This is by far my best game. So I have 3 warp triangles, but we haven't warped yet. So maybe you need more than 3 warp triangles. That's interesting. Another thing that's really interesting is when you get caught by enemies, you have a split second to use your super zapper to get out of them, which is really cool. You couldn't do that in the old games. In the old games, you would, you'd get caught, you'd be dragged down to the bottom of the web immediately. Man, this game looks so nice. I love it when, like, the flowers pop up. They even make, like, a popping sound. It just works so well. God, I missed the power-up. Alright, there we go. That's it. Okay. Yeah, main event, I think you've earned yourself a ban, dude. Like, you were trolling on the Wolfenstein stream the other night, so... Yeah, take it easy, man. There we go. That's the, the once-a-year ban. I hate doing it, but it's like, come on, guys, seriously. Oh, I missed that power-up, too. Oh, no, I got it. Okay, great. Awesome. Probably more like twice-a-year ban. I probably have to ban people like at least 2 or 3 times a year on this channel. Ooh, we got killed. That sucks. Alright, so we got a power-up called Maximum Bullets. Basically, you'll notice that there's no gap now between my shots. There we go. Alright, so we died once. Not too bad. This is my best score so far, so that's good. I do struggle with these sections, though. I do find it's a little difficult to kind of gauge where the center is. Another warp triangle. There we go, jump enabled, great. Guns, did you pick this up? Did you buy this? Anybody else out there, let me know if you picked this up as well. Let me know your thoughts on it. Alright, that's it. Alright. Should be a bonus stage. I can't even see what I'm doing. Fly through the rings. Use the left stick to steer. Nice. Yeah, this is basically the rings bonus level from Tempest 2000, but this is... Man, it's really cool visuals. So they want you to use the analog stick, but I find that using the D-pad, it seems to be fine as well. I really like how you can use, you know, the D-pad or the analog stick. I'm so used to playing with the D-pad because that's how I played Tempest 2000 and 3000. Hell, and TXK. So in these bonus stages, you know, the closer to the center of the ring that you get, the more points you get. You haven't got it yet, but you're definitely gonna get it for your PS4? Nice. Yeah, so for anyone that wants to check this out, it is $30. I'm not sure if the digital version's cheaper. I actually ended up getting this for 20 bucks on Xbox One. For some reason, they had like an early bird pre-order special on it for $19.99. So I got a physical copy of it. Ooh, so we got a power-up that starts rotating everything, and now we're getting speed-up power-ups as well. That's actually really cool. I like how it rotates. It's really trippy. Yeah, I haven't verified the digital price, but the physical price is $30 unless you got in on the $20 pre-order special on Xbox One. For some reason, it wasn't 20 bucks on PS4 though, as a pre-order special. I don't know why. 50,000 bonus points. Very nice. Yeah, Guns, this is about as pure as you get when it comes to games. It's one of the great things about it. It's just pure action, pure gameplay. Okay, jump enable. There we go. Hey, no worries, Guns. I knew what you meant. And, I mean, I guess technically it will be an upload after this. It'll be an archive. People will just be able to watch it, you know, like any other video. Yeah, I ended up dying, unfortunately. That sucks. So when you get hit by, like, the sparks, they, you know, they don't grab you. You just die instantly. So there's no way to just bomb your way out of it. There we go. Alright, third set of webs. Yeah, we got a lot of extra lives too. Alright, so these guys, they basically are the zappers from Tempest 2000. I probably shouldn't have used my super zapper. So when they light up the web, you will die if you touch it. You don't want to touch it. You know, it's kind of cool. I do find them a little bit easier to deal with in this. They can be really tough in Tempest 2000. You notice that they split apart and fly up the playfield. They actually won't hurt you when they're split apart like that. You know, when I was first playing this, I was like, uh-oh. I thought you basically killed them and they turned into a spread shot and flew your way, but it's just a visual effect. Kind of like the flower petals that fly up the screen. Alright, let's get that power up. There we go, particle laser. This should be a jump power up. Yep, there we go. Yeah, if those guys actually split apart and like with their projectiles and they actually hurt you, that would be some really intense design. A lot of things to a lot of little things to micromanage and worry about. So, you know, kind of like classic Tempest 2000 and some other older, you know, arcade action games, you know, every enemy has a certain kind of pattern or the rhythm or rhyme to it, and it's kind of like in your head you've got to sort of micromanage all these different enemy patterns and so forth, and you have to react appropriately to each of those patterns. Alright, go ahead and use the super zapper. Jump enabled, very nice. Maximum bullets, so I can just hold down the button now. I don't even have to let go. Generally what I do when I've got my regular shot or the basic particle laser, I'll just lightly tap the button. So if you just hold down the button, you release all your shots at once, there's going to be a big gap between your bursts of shots. So I like to sort of like taper my shots, kind of like this. Otherwise, if I just constantly hold on the button, there's going to be a big gap in my shots. Oops. Ended up getting killed. I have to be really careful because, you know, you can run out of lives really, really quickly in this game. Yeah, right, all those sound effects. There's so much going on. It's definitely audio and visual overload is great. Oh, how did I get hit by that? Okay, jump enabled. Yeah, I think we've doubled or tripled my previous high score, so, you know, I didn't make it that far into this game. I tried, too, like, I really tried. But this is definitely my best run so far, so... Yeah, so I got this on Thursday. Installed it Thursday night, Friday morning, and it wasn't until Friday night, last night, that I really put some time into it. So, I'm still very, very new to the game. Oops, I ran into the, I think I got caught. Yeah, don't want to run into those flowers. Alright. Almost at 1,000,000 points. Alright, so pretty much everything from here on is just completely brand new to me, so we're gonna end up finding some new enemy types, and we're gonna have to try to figure out how to work with them. And I got the jump power-up as my first power-up. See, I have no idea how that works. I'm totally okay with, you know, getting the jump power-up first. It's, you know, arguably the most useful power-up you can have. But I'd like to know how to trigger it. Like, I'd like to know how to control it. Yes, you notice that the webs are spinning around now. This is something that was introduced in TXK. I don't think Tempest 3000 did that. I think it was just TXK. Man, I need to play TXK again as well. Such a good game. One of the reasons I haven't really played it much recently is that the PSTV has, it has HD copy protection, and there's no way to disable it. So you need to get, like an HDMI splitter that can bypass the HDCP. I'd like to do that and capture some PSTV, gameplay. You know, maybe do a stream on TXK or something like that. Let's go ahead and just use the Super Zapper. Extra life? Nice. I like how it goes, extra! And then it only says life when you actually pick it up. So whenever you hear the extra, you know, it's good news. You definitely want to get that extra life. Alright, we just eclipsed 1,000,000 points. Oh, I still got zapped. Come on, man. It's okay, we still have 5 lives. Oh, we just got the jump as we died. Okay, let's jump. Alright, 4 lives. Alright, we got the AI droid. Again, the AI droid just goes around the playfield and shoots enemies for you, which is nice. And another thing we need to play is Tempest X3 on PlayStation. I actually grabbed some basic gameplay recording, gameplay footage of it a couple weeks ago, and I posted it on my gameplay only channel. But it kind of got me like really wanting to play through it again, like really try to spend some time on it. Wow, that's pretty trippy. When you kill those guys, it seems like they really affect the visuals. Alright, jump enabled. AI droid. What I like about those bonus sections is you can play them one-handed. So you can have a drink in one hand and, you know, use the other hand to play. Wow, this is trippy, man. This is actually kind of hard to see. This is hard to track. I'm trying my best, though. Oh my god, this is ridiculous, man. This is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and I got hit. Got hit by a projectile. Hey, Deadly, how are you doing, man? I am trying my damnedest to stay focused here. This is really tough. That is crazy. Drinking Monster? I am not, no. Yeah, you know, I was actually kind of disappointed in myself. I forgot to go to the grocery store and get Monster for my Thursday stream. So I always drink a sugar-free Monster on you know, my Thursday streams. But I ran out, and I didn't go get any more. I'm doing okay, Gary. Thanks for asking, man. Unstoppable. It's unstoppable. Hey, Video Game Obsession, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Extra life. One other thing that's like actually pretty nice is that when you use your not particle laser, when you use your super zapper, power-ups will actually drop. In Tempest 2000, power-ups will not drop if you use your super zapper. It just kills enemies and that's it. They won't drop anything. So you can use your super zapper for one, not just to get some points and to survive, but you can also use it as a strategy. Like, okay, my next power-up's gonna be a jump. I'm just gonna use my super zapper right now, because once I get the jump power-up, I'll be golden. So there's a little more subtle strategy in this, which is nice. The other benefit to using the super zapper is that it looks like your scoring is doubled. And we're dead. I can't see what I'm doing. I really can't see what I'm doing at all, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. It's awesome, Video Game Obsession. It's great, man. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. I think I was originally gonna pass on it. I was like, man, yeah, I don't know. Something about it just doesn't look that great. Now that I've got it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad I got it. It's so good. It's one of those things where I was like, you know, I don't know how, like the Tempest 2000 formula is great. You know, it's a fantastic system. But I was like, you know, it's just more of the same, right? Like, do I really need more of the same? But it's like, no, it's not just more of the same. Like, this has a lot of changes to it. It's just crazy how each of the Tempest games can stand on their own, even though it's the same concept, basically. It's great. So many different enemy patterns, you know, the visual effects and gimmicks and things like that. Yeah, the visual effects are definitely over the top. Definitely over the top. Video Game Obsession, absolutely. The game might be sitting at that on Metacritic because of the Steam version, which is supposedly just like, you know, it's not optimized properly. It's got a bunch of different issues. It's got control issues for some people. It's got screen refresh rate issues, so the frame rate is apparently tied to the refresh rate of your monitor. And so if you have a 120 hertz monitor, the game runs twice as fast, which basically makes it unplayable. You know, they're probably working on patches for it, but that could be a reason why it's not, you know, well regarded right now. Also, I think some people just don't understand this kind of game. You know, like I said, it's a very, very pure kind of game when it comes to the gameplay. It's just all about the gameplay, the visuals, and the sounds. Some people don't like that, which is sad. But, you know, it is what it is. Nice. I love this track. We got the yaks. Or the bulls. Yeah, so these bulls, those guys are in classic Tempest 2000. You know, you shoot them and their horns fly up the playfield. Nice. He can't stand it, but he loved past Tempest games. See, that's really interesting to me. Unless the past Tempest game, he, you know, really just means the arcade game. Follow the green path, use the left stick to steer. Okay, this is the green path bonus stage, just like in Tempest 2000. Oh, and the... What the... Oh, this is weird. Okay, I got it. So on the green path bonus stage, you have a tail that sort of will shorten if you go off the path, and you need to stay on the path. I don't know if that's how it operates in this one. Like in Tempest 2000, you could tell how close you were to dying on this bonus stage by how long like the tail of your object was. I don't even know how to explain it because these are like inanimate, just like shapes. I don't even. Is it your guy? It doesn't look like a guy. It looks like a bunch of different shapes. I have no idea. I have no idea how to explain it. You know, I couldn't tell on the previous bonus stage if like you actually warp by completing it, or if it's just for points. Man, we just really surpassed my previous high score by a landslide. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Video Game Obsession. I've heard like there are control issues like that, specifically in the Steam version. I pretty much have no issues on the Xbox One version here. The movement did take a little bit of time to get used to. But I'm used to it now. You know, it feels like second nature already. So I'm beginning to wonder if extra lives are score-based, and when you reach the score threshold, you know, they appear on the screen, and you have to pick them up. I'm not sure, though. I have no idea. I'm just gonna skip that power-up. Yeah, it's not a Minter game without the farm animals. Alright, jump enabled. That's great. Extra life. Nice. Yeah, I agree, Deadly. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, they're gonna patch it. They're not gonna leave it as is. Yeah, me too. Video game obsession. I really hope they do PSVR support. Nice. Use the super zapper at just the right time. I can't tell where I am. And those horns are really tough to gauge. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it safe. And I did not expect to get this far on my first credit. Like, not... like, not even close, man. Like, jeez, man. We're making crazy progress in this. Alright, there we go. Gastro. 13 watching at 2 a.m. It's almost 4 a.m. where I am. Alright, jumping in. There we go. Whew. I want those power-ups, but I'm not gonna stand on top of those enemies to get them. Nice. All right, good stuff. Yeah, I agree. I'm really glad he's still making games. Glad he's still kicking. Yeah, the Tempest 2000 plus games are some of my favorites of all time. Uh-oh, we got these things again. Things are gonna get really trippy now. And we got zappers as well. Pulsar zappers, I don't remember what they're called. Tough. Still no jump. We need the jump. There's the jump. Alright, I need some more extra lives. This level is siphoning right through our lives. Oh, I ran into the projectiles. That power up. Nice. Got it. Beauty. Beauty's great. You're invincible for a short period of time. So if you can get that, you know, you can sort of, you know, get your footing again. 2.4 mil. Wonder where that's going to put me on the current leaderboards. missed the power-up. And we... Ooh, I got it. Very nice, very nice. Look at that. You know, I used to think like, man, why does the screen shake and distort like that? It makes it hard to see anything. And then I found out you're invincible. I'm like, oh, that's not a big deal then. Because run into anything, you'll kill it instantly. All right, maximum bullets. That's good right now, actually. So it's just like enjoy the visual ride. Hey, Lady Rena, welcome back. Yeah, sorry I'm not focusing on chat as much. It's really tough to look at it while I'm playing here. Buy the Tetris effect. What is the Tetris effect? That's not good. I'm not gonna be able to get that power up. Ugh. AI droid, that's good. There we go. Awesome. Whew. It's trippy. The Jaguar is emulated, yeah. The new one is not, unfortunately. Okay, I have no idea what these things are. Oh, they might be the things that shoot back at you? No, they don't. Okay. Why did I do that? Yeah, it looks like they distort the image. They make some funny sound effects, though. That's cool. Yeah, that would be awesome, Deadly. I'd love to see Tempest 3000 get a re-release in particular, just because it's so obscure. Nice, extra life, I'll take that. It's interesting, it looks like if you get an extra life, it automatically gives you a, particle laser. Alright, so we got some shifting webs here. Nice. Yeah, Tempest 2000 actually runs really well in Jaguar emulators. I mean, Project Tempest is named basically after it. You know, it was kind of, I think it was kind of designed to emulate Tempest 2000, and you know, I think someone wanted to play it on their PC. It was like, yeah, we're gonna make an emulator. Jaguar emulation is definitely not perfect though. There are a lot of issues with it, but some games work really well in it. You know, Project Tempest, Virtual Jaguar, etc., etc. Alright, we're probably gonna end up dying here. Yep, we just died. And again. I need some power-ups, man. I missed the power-up. And we died. Alright, jump enable. Whew. Alright. Alright, particle laser, good start. Let's go ahead and use our super zapper. Jump enable. Alright, great. I feel better now. And that last web was pretty evil. But I think, like, your success is partially dependent on what power-ups you get. I mean, if you don't get, like, your particle laser right away, if you don't get the jump quickly, you can just get cornered, man. Yeah, these things are so trippy. So they'll actually... So, like, that web was a triangle, but those enemies will detach, like, one of the one of the joints.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Have I ever played Ultra Vortec? Yes, I have. Yeah. It's okay. It's not as complex as Mortal Kombat, unfortunately. And the frame rate isn't, like, great. It doesn't have that, like, silky smooth, like, feeling that you get with Mortal Kombat. Like, it's neat, but I don't think it's that great, to be honest with you. It's just not really worth the price. Tetris Effect by Enhanced Games. Creators of Res Infinite and Luminous Remastered. Okay, I'll look into it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so these arrows will just pop you up. You need to just not do anything. Just let them, you know, push you to the next level. You can only move so far up and down. At least I assume that's how it works. That's how it works in Tempest 2000. And the arrows will actually push you up higher than you can physically move. So you need to just let the arrows, like, push you in the direction.
Yes. Yes.
There we go, that's it. Clapping noises. Oh, it's... Oh, you... So the enemy came out and split the web. I was rushing over to get the power up, and I missed it because it split the web. That was close. Alright, we got the beauty power up. Awesome. Hey, Pin Mike. Tempest themed pinball? That would be pretty cool. Will probably never happen, but I'd be down for that. Nice. Yeah, that one of the previous webs where I lost like 3 or 4 lives, man, I thought that was gonna be game over. We just lost another life. Yeah, 2 lives left. Nice, extra life. Exactly what I need. Nice. Oh, Domino's was a reskin of America's Most Haunted? I didn't know that. You know, I never bothered to look into the Domino's pinball. And some of the spooky pinball games are kind of like... I don't know, they're neat, but I don't have a ton of interest in them. I never even bothered to look at Domino's. I had no idea it was basically America's Most Haunted. Whoa, that was ridiculous. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it and look at some gameplay. I actually do like America's Most Honor, though. I have a friend that owns one. This is ridiculous. Extra life. Oh, get me out of there. Nice, got the extra life. Whew. I like that the enemy patterns are changing. They're coming up in more, like, you know, deliberate, more deliberate, like, patterns. Tempest X3, yeah, Tempest X3 is pretty cool. I have it. I like it a lot too, yeah. One of my next PlayStation streams on YouTube, I definitely want to do Tempest X3. Adventure Island 4 got a complete translation recently. Nice. I'll have to check that out. Man, we're at least an hour into gameplay, and we're still going on our first credit. I was not expecting that. Yeah, man, it really did blaze by. Nice, got the jump power up. Still going. We got 2 warp triangles as well. 2 more take us to a bonus stage. Nice, got an extra life. I heard it, I was like, where is it? Oh, I missed the power up. 3.2 mil. We get some glitching up top. Yeah, I missed a power up again. Alright, another warp triangle. Very nice. Extra life, man. We got a lot of lives again. That's crazy. They all flew up and exploded at the same time. Uh-oh. Can't see. Alright, hopefully this is jump. Yep, there it is. Alright. Yeah, a little bit of glitching in the top right by the triangles. Another extra life. 3.4 mil. That score is just keeps going up. Oh, nice. The music from the second set of webs in Tempest 2000. Yeah, those things are tough to deal with. They actually shoot. They sort of have like homing shots, it seems. Hey, Ronnie. How's it going, man? Nice, we're gonna go to a bonus stage. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that, Ultra. Sorry, man.
Yes. Yes.
I like a lot of Jaguar games,
Yes. Yes.
but Tempest 2000 is definitely my favorite, but it's definitely not the only game worth playing. Just got home from work. Nice, man. I like what he did with these updated bonus stages. It is. Hey, Wayne, what's going on, man? Yeah, these are really good for building points, too. That's it. Nice. 50,000 points. 4.2 mil. Oh, this is crazy. It's constantly looping back and forth. Man, it's ridiculous. Another warp triangle. Whew. That's nuts. A lot of games from that era haven't aged well, though. You can look at any platform from back then that deals with polygons in particular, and most of them don't hold up. But are they still fun to play? Yeah. Yeah, on the Jaguar, you know, Tempest 2000 is one of my go-to games, naturally. But, you know, I still like going back to that version of Doom. It's got one of my favorite versions of Wolfenstein 3D. There's some more casual games on it I really like Zoop. It's got my favorite version of Zoop on it. And these things are really tough to deal with. And games like Iron Soldier are really solid. So there's some good stuff there. Yeah, you know, a lot of it hasn't aged well, but a lot of stuff from back then hasn't aged well in general. Man, this is tough to deal with. It's crazy. And we're dead. Yeah, these things are really hard to deal with. Oh, I got hit again, man. Man, this is where, like, all hell breaks loose. Dude. Man, this stage just took away all of our lives. Oh yeah, Rayman's great on Jaguar. I don't really recommend playing it on Jaguar because, you know, until a good flash cart comes out, you know, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. But it is a great game on Jaguar, absolutely. You know, PlayStation and Saturn versions are a little more reasonable. PlayStation 1 in particular. But yeah, no, it's definitely a great game, even on the Jaguar. Dual wield. Oh! I've never seen that. Both of my arms are shooting now. That's pretty cool. Yep. I totally knew that. Yeah. Yeah, the Jag version of Doom served as the basis for most other ports. Jump enabled. Man, this is starting to wear me out. wonder what level we're on. Ah, jeez, we're dead. Oh, and that's it. That is it. Man, what a run. What a run. Whew. That was crazy. That was crazy. Let's check out the high scores. Number one. We're currently number one, guys. Oh, man. Oh, I still want to know, like, how far I got, though. I don't know what web we were on, like, how far into the game we were. I don't know how many levels are in here. I know in the Jaguar version, it's like 100 or maybe a little over 100 or something like that. Oh, so Domino's is not a reskin. Okay. I didn't think it was a reskin, but again, like I said, I haven't looked at it. Oh. Yeah, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Kasumi Ninja. Ronnie likes Kasumi Ninja just because he likes to make fun of it. Man, I was looking at my friend's scores yesterday. I was like, dude, they just like tore it up, but no, I've tore it up. I'll bask in this victory for now. I know I'll get wiped out eventually. Oh, man. Alright, let's try survival. And we'll do the TXK soundtrack. Actually, I want to see how far we got.
Consciousness is a feedback.
So it looks like about level 62 is as far as we got.
Consciousness is a feedback.
I mean, we probably got a few levels past that because, you know, there are checkpoints every few stages.
Consciousness.
Alright, let's go back to the beginning. That's funny. There's some names here, like, paying homage to classic games. There's Computer Space. There was Circus Atari. It's pretty cool. Alright, so we're in survival mode, which I've never played. Yeah, I like that using the Super Zapper gives you double scoring. So you kind of want to use it. I don't think you get bonus points for not using it. Although I could be wrong. Oh god. Yeah, the less said about checkered flag, the better. It says you have won a nice cup of tea. Was Fight for Light on Jaguar made by one person? I don't think so. Probably had a couple, at least a couple people working on it. In the zone, guys. Just in the zone.
Space is everything.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we died. Yeah, so again, we're on survival, so no extra lives here. That was close. Nice. I really like that you can reach over to the next part of the web. That's a really nice addition. You can sort of like poke your claw out to one side, left or right, and hit enemies before they actually get to you. Yeah, the TXK soundtrack here is awesome. It fits really well with this. I might actually prefer playing with the TXK soundtrack. Oh, I missed the power up again. There we go. Level 12. Jeff mentored greater than New Atari. Alright. Level 13. Alright, we're doing pretty well so far, though. Again, no extra lives. So we basically just play until we get a game over. Yeah, same here, man. I'm really glad they brought this out. This has a lot of differences from TXK, though. So it's great. What's great is that it's just not like a straight conversion of the game. You know, it kind of has its own identity. A lot of new mechanics and things like that. A lot of new tweaks. Excuse me. Level 17. Oh, I missed the power up. Here we go. Getting close to 1,000,000 points. find it interesting that your AI droid doesn't use a particle laser. I'm pretty sure in Tempest 2000 it does. Like, when you get the particle laser. I'll have to go look at my Let's Play of that game. It's been a while since I played it. I don't remember. But I thought the AI droid would get a particle laser if you got a particle laser. Although the rate of fire on the AI droid in this is faster. Oh man, why did I do that? Ran right into it. Oh, I ran right into it, man. Taking quite a while to log into your PSN account. Yeah, man, I haven't fired my PS TV up in a long time. Like I said earlier, I definitely want to get one of those HDMI splitters that removes the HD copy protection. That way I can do some PS TV captures. Play some TXK. Oh. You have won the throne of Wales. Nice move, Space Cadet. That's funny. So it seems like when you get caught, there is sometimes a way to get out of it. Ah, just making some really bad choices here. Okay, level 26. I'm gonna stay at one end of the web. Rock and roll. man, last life. And game over. Man, that sucks. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. Whew. Let's see where we are in survival. Number 2 on survival. We should have been able to get farther, though. I made some really, really bad mistakes. Yeah. Yeah, really bad mistakes. Oh, man. Alrighty, guys. Well, I mean, that was 2 really good rounds. I think that's probably enough to call it a stream. I mean, I could play it again, but, I mean, it's just gonna be more of the same. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap the stream up. But yeah, I definitely wanted to do a surprise stream and play this on YouTube, so I'm glad I've got a video up here now. And we had a really good run on that first attempt especially, so I'm pretty happy with that. So, I'm just gonna kind of chill out for the rest of the night and the early parts of the morning. And then I'm gonna hit, hit the sack, and then I gotta wake up and go to work tonight, so later this afternoon. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you guys have any, like, last-minute questions or comments or anything, I could stick around for a couple more minutes. But yeah, Tempest 4000, man, it's great. I'm really glad I got it, because, you know, when it was first announced, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I don't, like, the formula's just been done to death, but, you know, they still managed to keep it fresh. And, so if you're a fan of the old Tempest 2000 or 3000 or TXK, you know, definitely check it out. Classic Tempest fans that never bothered with 2000 or games like that might not enjoy this. You know, there are a lot of, you know, classic arcade Tempest purists out there, and while this is obviously, it obviously makes a lot of nods to the original Tempest, it is kind of a different game, you know, with all the power-ups and things like that, and the different enemy patterns and so forth, and just, you know, how visually chaotic it can get as well. So, but yeah, fans of Tempest 2000, definitely snap this up. It's great. Again, if you're gonna get it, you probably want to buy it on console. Apparently right now, PC version, the PC version has issues, so get it on Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Hopefully it comes out to the Switch or something like that, you know, so hopefully it becomes available on other platforms. That'd be great. So, hey, no problem, Deadly. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Oh, by the way, my next Let's Play is going to be posted in just a few minutes, so if you guys want to continue hearing my crappy voice, that should be posted in just a little bit, within the hour, but I'll probably try to get it posted a little bit sooner. The archive to this stream will be up on Tuesday, so I'll post this archive there. And in case you guys, missed the pinball stream the other day, that archive is going to be posted on my AKM pinball channel. Edon came over yesterday and we streamed some Williams Time Warp for a couple of hours, so yeah, that's going to be posted over on it's going to be posted over on my pinball channel, so that should be posted probably later today or tomorrow or something like that, and then I'll try to get some highlights of that too, some trimmed down highlights of good games that we had. But yeah, take care, guys. Have yourselves a good night. Let's actually go ahead and do the old Patreon thing again, as always. Thanks, guys, for your continued patronage. Much appreciated. And then we'll flash by the recent live stream super chatters as well. So thank you guys for your direct patronage to my channel. And thanks, guys, that are sponsoring the channel as well. We actually have Deadly Gaming in here. So thanks, Deadly. But yeah, take it easy, guys. I'll see you soon. And I guess until the next one, take it easy.